It's one of those deals where the scorebook doesn't show it, but he was all over the court that half. He was making plays. He was breaking up plays. He was making crisp passes. He was a big contributor, even though the scorebook doesn't show that.
So we'll take another quick break. Get you ready for the second half here. Again, Gate City leads 32-21. You're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
This is Sarah Thompson of the Gate City volleyball, basketball, and softball teams, and you're listening to Home of the Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
Every family's goodbye is different. So at Carter Trent Funeral Home, we're dedicated to providing you an exceptional level of personalized service to ensure your arrangements will be as unique as your loved one. From cremations to burials to life celebrations and more, we have the trusted experience to provide options that truly meet your needs. So with any questions you may have, give us a call today at 423-390-8762. Again, Carter Trent Funeral Homes, proudly serving the Tri-Cities for almost 100 years with locations in Kingsport, Church Hill, and Scott County.
You are listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
And we are back here getting ready for the second half. Again, 32-21. Gate City has won 3 of 4 on the night. Again, the JVs have taken care of business. The girls came up a little bit short. Again, that huge third quarter. We're going to try to maybe get a couple of those members to come up after the game here tonight that's still with us to talk a little bit about that game and where they kind of see themselves in position with the district now. But anyway, Gate City, like I said, looking good right now. Probably going to be some growing pains without a Zach Irvin in, but again, we'll see what happens as we get ready for the second half. Dean will inbound to Compton. Gate City will be going left to right on your radio dial if you had a radio dial, but this is internet, so you don't have one.
Left from your left speaker to your right speaker.
There you go. Great call, Mr. Carr. Here comes John Compton as he runs the offense, Gate City, and we're underway in the second half. Compton dribbles to the right-hand side, passes over to Dean. Dean dribbles over the corner. He's got it to Sally, and it back up to Compton. Compton drives, passes back to Sally, as it's going to be a steal by Lester. Here comes Y Central with numbers. However, he loses the ball, and he's now trapped on the corner. Steal now back by John Compton. Here comes Compton. Compton takes the ball, takes it up. No good. Rebound by John Sally. Sally's got the ball. We're going to tie it up, and we're going to have a jump ball. Jump ball. How many we got?
That is the first of the game.
First of the game. First of this game. 7:25 left. 32-21. Gate City with the lead. Here comes Elijah Hayes and the Wise Central Warriors. They're trying to run a couple screens here, trying to get some mismatches as they do get the ball inside to Vanover. Vanover puts the shot up. No good. Rebounded by John Sally. He's got it to Dean, and here comes Gate City on the offensive attack. Does slow the ball up as they cross the timeline, looking to run a play. Again, they've got a cutting Compton as well. Sally setting a screen for Dean. Dean pulls up, shoots, no good. Rebound by Vermillion, though. Vermillion tries to get it to Dean, and he throws it off of Lister, and ball will stay with Gate City.
John Sally, 7 rebounds so far in the game, along with the steal.
You know, you're talking about Sally. Sally was kind of surprised he started over George. But again, the mismatch I guess when George comes in to that second team, it's really paid off. Here comes Compton. Compton's got the ball up top. He's got it to Drew Vermillion. Vermillion again hit that big three earlier. He was looking to take one, but he decided not to, as they've got the ball over to Bradley Dean at the top of the key. He's being guarded by Lester. That's probably the adjustment they've made at halftime. As Compton drives, he kicks it to David George. George has got the ball, and he goes back to Vermillion at the top of the key, and then they reset their offense. Passes over to Compton, who will give it to Dean. Dean with a three-pointer. Up and in. Give it to Dean. 35-21. As the ball is knocked away by Bradley Dean. And they're going to say there was a foul, I think. Or they're going to say about.
He was already on the floor, though, before Dean got there. I'm not sure how they can call a foul on Dean with that, because what happened, Ben Staller dove after the ball. The ball was knocked away, and he was going after it. Dean was going after it. Staller dove for the ball. And say Dean knocked him down, but honestly, Joe, Dean wasn't anywhere near him on that.
Well, a mysterious call gives Bradley Dean his first of the night. 5:59 left here in the third quarter, 35-21. Bradley Dean guarding Elijah Hayes up top. Lester is being guarded by Vermillion. Ball's kicked around. It's over to Ben Stallard. Stallard drives. He's got it over to Collins. Collins puts the ball up. No good. Rebounded again. Rejected by big man George. He's got it out to Stallard. Stallard's got it to Hayes. Hayes drives. Shots goes up. There's going to be a foul on the floor. And that one's going to be, I think, on number 11. That's going to be on Andrew Hensley.
That's his second foul. Not to cheer for the other team, but I'm really impressed with Ben Stallard tonight. He has come to play.
Yep. As the ball's knocked around, over and back, but not called. Wise Central keeps the ball. Shot is up. Shot is no good. Rebounded by Hensley. And here comes Gate City on offense.
Well, that over and back, the ball never actually broke midcourt. I don't know what the ruling is on that. If the player does, but the ball doesn't.
If he's touching it.
Yeah.
I think if there's contact, that's almost like possession, like 9/10 of the law is
right.
Possession. So anyway, 5 minutes left here. Bradley Dean's got the ball. He's going to drive as a hand check. They're going to get on Tyler Vanover. Vanover shakes his head. However, there is a handprint on Dean's jersey. So I always love that whenever players like, what me? And there's either blood or a broken bone or something like that. So,
well, that's his first. And Gate City will be inbounding it. Dean's going to look to throw it into George. George chases after it, gets the ball back behind the three-point line, passes off to Dean.
Looked like he took a little pitter-patter step there. But
he did not. It's all ball.
It was an optical illusion. As Bradley Dean's got the ball and being guarded by Landon Elkins. As Elkins has nothing for him, ball goes up, shot is up, no good. However, the ball goes out of bounds on Hensley, and they're going to say basketball to Wise Central.
And Jordan Bishop's going to inbound the ball. Landon Elkins back to receive it. Bringing the ball slowly down the court. Gate City putting on no pressure. DeAndre Mack waiting on him at center court. Pass goes off to Elijah Hayes, back to Elkins, back to Hayes. Hayes at the top of the three-point line.
Being guarded by Dean, and the ball's going to be passed over to Bort Bishop. Again, they're looking to try to get the ball inside, and they finally do. They get it to Elijah Hayes, who cuts it up, but George is sitting there waiting as there's going to be a three-point shot attempt up and no good. Here comes Bradley Dean with the rebound, and Gate City on the attack. 3-on-4 break. He does pull the ball out, and they try to reset their offense. They've got to DeAndre Mack as he passes over to the corner to Hensley. Hensley puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Ben Stallard of Wise Central. Here comes the Warriors. Again, they're trying to set their offense now. They've got it to Landon Elkins. Elkins has got the basketball up top, being guarded by DeAndre Mack. Mack's got it to Tyler Vanover. Vanover passes over to Hayes. Hayes puts the ball up. Shots up, no good. Rebounded by Bradley Dean. Here comes Gate City now. John Compton's got the basketball, being guarded by Tyler Vanover. He passes to George, over the corner to DeAndre Mack, who passes back up to Hensley. Hensley drives, passes to George, cutting DeAndre Mack. Shots up and no good. As back and forth we go. No scoring here in the last little bit. But anyway, shots up by Stallard. No good. Chris, we went about almost 3 minutes with no scoring. 35-21 is still the score. 3 minutes left here in the quarter.
Well, Stallard has proven he can miss a three-pointer.
So, again, Gate City coming in averaging 75 points a game. As Dean goes up for two, it's 37 total points as there's a timeout on the floor. Full timeout. We'll take it with them. 37-21, you're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
With over 100 offices throughout Virginia, you can count on your local Virginia Farm Bureau insurance agents to be there when you need them most. Whether you find yourself in a fender bender, insuring your first home, or with a new addition to the family, our agents are ready to help you through every stage of life. Connect with your local agents, Whitney McConnell, Richard Helms, and David Weddick here in Scott County at 386-7411 or online at vafb.com. Coverage provided by Virginia Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company and their affiliates.
You are listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio. Sports Radio.
And we're back here. 2:48 left in the third quarter. Gate City with a 37-21 advantage. Chris, we went there almost 4 minutes without any scoring. And again, it's 37-21. Back and forth. Nobody's been able to shoot the ball, but a lot of defensive intensity on both sides.
Well, Dean has 5 points in this quarter. Y Central has yet to score as the ball is tipped off by DeAndre Mack, and bounces off of number 15, Landon Elkins, out of bounds. It'll be Gate City ball on their side of the court.
So Gate City coming in with their defensive crew of Sally, Reed, DeAndre Mack, Vermillion, and Dean. That's the 5 on the court for Gate City. Looks like that's... Y Central still going to try to stay in some remnants of that zone. Trying to bog things down inside as the ball goes back out to Vermillion. Vermillion's got the basketball, and it's over to Dean now. 2:25 left. Again, 37-21 is the score. Up to Dennis Rodman Reed. He's got the basketball up near the center court. Over to Sally again. Gate City not getting anything inside. Here comes Dean, though. He's going to drive, and they're going to call a blocking foul. That's going to go against Bryson Collins.
That's going to be his second foul. Joe, I noticed something down on the bench. You have arguably the top player in the state of Virginia not playing tonight, Zach Irvin. So what's he do? He was over there filling up the cups of water and handing them out to the rest of his teammates.
And he's trying to help out and again, be interested to see what we can do. Find out again his playing status moving forward. Back into the ball game will be John Compton and David George. Coach Vermillion going to the bench a lot tonight, keeping everybody fresh, and it's really paid off in terms of the defensive intensity.
It has, and they're going to call, is that a lane violation or push off?
Yep.
I was actually marking the points down. I couldn't see what happened. I just heard the crowd go nuts.
There was a shove as he made it, went through the cylinder, and again, like I said, he had his back to him, and he just shoved him. So
as Bryson Collins, he picks up his third foul, so Gate City gets it under their own basket.
Again, he's got that propensity. He gets fouls in bunches, and he's got there too really quick. 39-21, Gate City with the lead. 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. Ball's up top to Vermillion. Vermillion's got the ball to Dean. He kicks it over back to Vermillion as the ball's knocked away. Great job by Jordan Bishop of Y Central to cut that one off. So Compton will take it out of bounds. He'll take it out of bounds in front of the Gate City student section. Again, that's to Vermillion. Vermillion's got the ball to Dean. Dean looks to drive. He's got it passed over to Compton. Compton was set for a three, but passed up on it as shot goes up. Shot is going to be fouled. As they're going to get that one on number 15.
Landon Elkins. That's only his first. Bryson Collins was in the mix there. I was hoping they'd give it to him to give him 4, but they went with Elkins instead. But regardless, Dean's on the line shooting 2.
39-21. They've not scored in this quarter. Bradley Dean makes it. It's 40-21, and all of a sudden, a game that was back and forth, Gate City has almost doubled overall.
That's got to be disparaging for Y Central. I'm sure at the beginning of the game they had all the confidence in the world with Irvin being out, and Gate City honestly has not missed a beat.
So again, 41-21 is the score. And as the drive will go in, great give and go pass to Jordan Bishop, who will draw the foul. He gets a 2-point basket.
1:34 to go in the third quarter, and they finally get their first points of the game. Foul's going to go on Rodman. That'll be his first.
But he smiles and knows he's got 4 more he can use. As he eyes the free throw, shot is up and good by Jordan Bishop. That's Bishop's first points of the game, as for the first time they can jump into their full-court man-to-man.